What's going on, guys? Alright, so it's snowing here in St. Louis. It's coming down pretty hard. Probably gonna have a day off tomorrow because I know I'm gonna get snowed in. So I ran down to Goodwill really fast, see what I could find, and found a few good things. Alright, so the first thing we got, I found a Game Boy Advanced Game Link cable. $3 is in the box. It's priced $3. So I know it came from somebody's house. Didn't come from a store, obviously, or a used store. And it's not open. So I'll hold on to that. You know, maybe trade it to somebody. Somebody might need that for something. You know, so cool to hold on to that. And that is the Game Boy Advance. The you know, that looking one. All right. I hate finding games without their complete cases. It irritates me. Plus, I'm not going to pay, you know, for a game that it's not complete. Especially when they say not for resale on it. Luckily, they, you know, sometimes I find games like in the manual and stuff. You know, I'll just come home and I'll be like, wow, there's a game in the manual. This is Virtual Cop 2, Sega Saturn. So I just saw the Saturn game just sitting there and another thing, and you know, it's a shame because I guess that was a pack-in game or something. I don't even have a gun for it, but it's a shame because they probably try to sell you for the same price, you know. Anyways, I found Ready to Rumble 2 Boxing. I like this game. I remember my buddy Brian Simmons used to play this a lot. When we're, you know, in the early 2000s. I think in 2000, yeah, so, you know, it's a cool game. And the reason why I bought this and why I buy some PlayStation games, besides the fact that I kind of want to play them now, is because most of the time I find them they're perfect. Like, there's almost not a scratch on that one there. There's a few finger scuffs, but there's not even a scratch. And there was a couple other PlayStation games there. You really got to look closely for them. It's easy to overlook PlayStation games at Goodwill, especially when they're stacked on their side. Especially when you're in the excitement, if you find a few games, you might overlook some PlayStation games. So the things I look for, I scan the top and bottom of the CDs, and I look for the NTSC logos on them. I don't look for PlayStation, I don't look for the words of games, I look for the NTSC logos, and then when I see one of those, I see what it is. That's the easiest way to look through hundreds of CDs to find games. Some people even go to the extent of looking in unlabeled ones for games. I'm not going to do that. I don't have time. So yeah, you know, I'd like to find more PlayStation games and hopefully get some good ones. So, you know, this is a midway game, and this is a pretty good boxing game. It might go for a few more dollars than I'm gonna knock my picture over there. It might go for a few more dollars than what I paid for it. It might go for what I paid for it, but you know what? I'll probably play it sometime just to bring back some memories. So that's cool. Alright, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Super Nintendo games. Alright. There's a place where they put their games, their CDs, their movies at this Goodwill I go to, but there's also a place in the back where I find a lot of carts. Some of the old guys there, and there's some really old guys there, like in their 70s, who work there, and I see them stacking the games, and there's a few places in the back where there are actually boxes where I have found games at. I've gone in there and I found a pile of games, and, you know, they probably were there for a while. Nobody knows about them. So anyways, today I go in the back, dig down in the box of cables, and buried underneath a bunch of cables and stuff that's already been there for a while, I find 4 of these. And $3 each. Desert Strike. Awesome game. Gonna play it. Mario Paint. Of course, you know, I don't have a copy. It's $3. I'll pick it up. Will I pick up another one if I see it? Maybe, maybe not. Probably just because I'll pay $3 for a Super Nintendo cart. I would like to have the mouse, and I was jealous of the GamePro Bros because they actually had a complete copy of this. Pitfall: The Mine Adventure. I'm looking forward to playing this too. I rented this when I was younger. It's an Activision game. You know, it's fun. I'm glad to have these in my collection, let's just say that. These are games that I might have bought eventually. And last but not least, Turtles in Time. Oh yeah. I was thinking the other day I'd like to get this game again. This was the first game I owned for the Super Nintendo back in the early 90s. And, well, Lemmings was the first game I bought, but when I bought the Super Nintendo I had extra money, so I bought this also. And you can guess which I played a lot of more first. This one. But I also played the crap out of Lemmings. And then I had Super Mario too, I believe. But, well, I don't know if I got it. I don't know. I might not have even got Super Mario with my first Super Nintendo. I might have just bought the base box with and bought a game with it. But I'm pretty sure I got Super Mario too. But anyways, so, you know, for $3, Turtles in Time. And I see this game going for, you know, $15 now. The guy at the used store next door to Goodwill tries to sell this for $25. And I really wanted a copy. And I was like, $25? Jeez. So I was really tickled to find this, you know. And, of course, I got really excited, so. That concludes what I found at Goodwill today. Alright guys, and today was a Monday, so who knows what I missed over the weekend, but this might have been it. And luckily I had just enough money to buy everything too. I needed to save a couple dollars to ship out a package today, so but even on that note, I only had $2 extra. I had like $21 cash on me, so I spent $19, and then I had $2 to ship out a package with. The only other thing I wanted was a $3. It was an Etch-a-Sketch TV plug-and-play thing. So it was an Etch-a-Sketch, but you plugged it in your TV. It was from 2004, and you know, that looked really fun to have. I kind of wanted to play it. There was also a little handheld asteroid thing, but you know, it's hard to tell which things are worth money. So some stuff I just pass on. But yeah, well, it's nice to find this loot. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Peace.